Good morning, Kurt here with Teach Mom How. Today we're doing another series. This is part two of Getting to Know Microsoft Excel. This is the 2024 version. I'm using a Mac, but it's pretty much the same if you're on a PC or on the online version. So today we're going to get to know the Insert tab. Go ahead and get started and kind of just get familiar and know what all these things do. So pivot tables, okay? So what is a pivot table? A pivot table is just a way to filter your data. All right, so let's select all this data I've got in this spreadsheet, choose pivot table, and click OK. It can take it and do it in the existing worksheet or in a new worksheet. Let's have it do it in the new worksheet. And then you can dictate what you want it to have on here, the name, the date, what you want the rows to be, years, date, quarters, months, etc. So now you'll see that I've set up a pivot table where I can break all the data down by the date. And pivot tables really can do some cool things. This is not, maybe in the future I'll make a series on more detail with pivot tables, but it's a great way to manage your data and combine it into drop down categories and things like that with relatively little work. Okay, so that's a pivot table. Let's go back over to here, go back to our insert tab. Okay, tables, kind of similar to pivot tables, but what a table does is if I go like this, I select all my data and I turn it into a table. It basically just puts a filter on it and makes it look nice. You know, I can change how it looks. Let me go real quick to my home and go to no fill so that I see that. Okay, insert, back to the table, right click on it and choose table. If you want to take it out of the table mode, convert back to range right here. That's how you would do that. But basically, if you turn something into a table, you can choose what it looks like, and you basically have filters. Okay, so I can deselect certain items from the list, narrow it down to just one person, or whatever I want to do. Okay, that is what tables do for you. Let's remove our table. Table, convert to range. That'll put everything back. There we go. Okay. You can insert a picture from a file. I'm not really sure what the difference is between that and this. I did a bigger tutorial you can check out in the link in the description where I go over the cool thing about inserting photos. In fact, let's flip over to that tab. So when you insert a photo using this, pictures, insert pictures, it puts them in a nice little cell, and then you can click this, make it full size, click it again, put it back in the cell. Full size, back in the cell. All right, so back to the insert tab. You can insert from your browser, picture from a file, from stock images, or online photos. You can place it over the cells, which would just mean it's going to put it big, however big you want it. You can change the size once you insert it. You can insert shapes like this. Okay, why is that not working? I don't know. I'm the one making the video. I should know. There we go. Throws a shape in and you can adjust that shape. This is the shape formatting screen right here. Back to insert. You can insert icons from stock images. There's a lot you can do with the insert tab. Okay, this isn't meant to be in depth. It's just to give you let you know it's available. Smart art. I've never used this. Play around with it. Let me know what it does. You can insert a screenshot. All right, you got to give your computer permission to do that. Charts are for another way to organize data. Maybe you've got a bunch of numbers. You can choose a chart. You can select the data. I don't think I have any good examples of this, but let's just just try. Okay, let's insert a chart. None are recommended. Okay, that converted that data into a chart. So basically what this is now telling us that Charlie, the blue one, there was one for Charlie, and what date it was on. There's really just one for each of them. It just shows you what date. Bad example of date on a chart, but that's how you can make charts, okay? All right, let's, maybe I'll make a video. I actually need to make a chart. Maybe I'll make a video that goes into charts in more detail. Back to the insert tab. You can insert maps. I've never done that. Let's see what that looks like. You have to play around with that one for me. All right, and what else here? You can insert a link. You can insert a comment. This would be like if you're, let's say you're going back and forth on something and you want to make a comment. This chart sucks. Please make better. You can go back and forth with your team with these comments. You can even send that comment to the team, okay? Back to the insert tab. Comments can be very useful when you're collaborating on things. You can add a text box. That would be like this over the top of everything. You can type something, kind of like you would in like a word processor or in Photoshop or something like that, or Canva. This is where you add header and footer to your pages. I showed you another way to do this in another video, but you can add a title or a footer, page numbers, all that kind of stuff. That's where you would do that. And come back into insert here. How do I get out of this? It's making me add headers and footers. Now I want to go back to normal. Dun dun dun. All right, how do I get out of header and footer? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I get out of this mode here. This is, by the way, where you would make it have page numbers and number of pages. You could put the time on there, whatever you want. There's all kinds of stuff you can put on here. I'm just trying to get it back to normal here. And I'm sorry, but I don't know how. Back to my insert tab. It's showing multiple pages here is what it's doing. You can insert word art. That's where you have these goofy looking letters. You can edit that. You can insert an object. I don't know how that's different than an equation. Equation, these are formulas. You can insert these this way. I've also done videos where you can double click on a cell, push equals, and start writing formulas that way. You can check out the tutorials in the playlist in the description to learn more about that. And that's pretty much it for the insert tab. So hope that helped just kind of get familiar, play around with it, see what you can do. For more in-depth tutorials, please check out the Excel playlist that's in the description of this video. Have a great day.